Now we are going to start with the exercise problems. In exercise 1.2, we are starting with the first problem. In a first problem, we are given with two sets A and B, and we have to check whether under these four subdivision which has a relation from A to B. One thing we have to keep it in mind is whether it is a relation from A to B or B to A. Why I am mentioning it so is, if it is from A to B, we have to write the cross product of A cross B. If it is from B to A, we have to write the cross product of B cross A. So in this problem, we have to check the relation from A to B. So in order to check the relation, what we have to do first? Relation is nothing but a subset of A cross B. We have to check whether these four relation is related from A to B. First we will write the subsets of A cross B for this. So what is A cross B for the given problem? A cross B is, first A set is 1, 2, 3, 7. Cross product it with B set is 3, 0, minus 1. We will write the cross product of A into B, A cross B. So set of all ordered pairs 1, 3, 1, 0, 1, minus 1, 1, 7. 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, minus 1, 2, 7. Next 3, 3, 3, 0, 3, minus 1, 3, 7. Next 7, 3, 7, 0, 7, minus 1, 7, 7. Now we have written the cross product of A cross B. One by one we will check whether it is related from A to B or not. First we will move on to R1. In R1 we have set of ordered pairs as 2, 1. Whether 2, 1 is present in the A cross B? No, it is not. So this R1 is not a relation because 2, 1 is not in A cross B. Therefore R1 is not a relation. Moving on to the second subdivision. Second subdivision we will check. We have it as minus 1, 1. We will check whether minus 1, 1 is in the cross product of A cross B. No, it is not. Therefore R2 minus 1, 1 is not a subset of A cross B. Therefore R2 is not a relation. Moving on to the third subdivision, we will check first 2, minus 1. 2, minus 1, yes, it is in the subset of A cross B. Next 7, 7, yes, it is present in A cross B. Next 1, 3, yes, 1, 3 is also present in A cross B. Therefore, R3 is related from A to B. The similar thing we will apply for the R4 also. R4 first set of ordered pair is 7, minus 1. Yes, it is present in A cross B. Next 0, 3. 0, 3 is not present in A cross B. Therefore, R4 is not a relation from A to B because relation must be a subset of the cross product A cross B. So, under given four relations, the third one is alone related from A to B, the other three are not related. So, in the second problem, what it is given is, we are given with the set A which has elements starting from 1 and ends at 45. For this problem, R, the relation is represented as square of a number. This is very important thing to note. The relation is square of a number on A. What we have to do is, next, R is a subset of A cross A. We have to find the domain and range of R. So first what it is, R is a subset of A cross A. R is a subset of A cross A, where A cross A is written as, A is a set of elements 1 to 45. It is cross product with the same set 1 to 45. So A cross A will be set of all ordered pairs starting from 1, 1. It ends at 45, 45. So in that question it is given as R is a subset of A cross A. So the A cross A will be as such. Then we have to find out the domain and range for this problem. For finding the domain and range for this problem, first we must know the relation. What is the relation given in this problem is square of a number on A. Then how to find a relation of a relation for this problem? Square of a number on A. So first we will take 1 from A. Square of a number means 1 square is 1. So this will be a subset of A cross A. Next number in A is 2. So according to the relation square of a number, 2 square is 4, which will also be a subset of A cross A. Next number from A is 3. So 3 square is 9, which will also be a subset of A cross A. Next number from the set A is 4. 4 square is 16, which will also be a subset of A cross A. Next number is from A, it is 5, and 5 square will be 25, which is a subset of A cross A. Next number will be 6. 6 square is 36, which will also be a subset of A cross A. If I take the next number 7 from the set A, we will get it as 7, 49, which is not possible because A value ends at 45. So we have to stop it at 6, 36. So this is the relation which is given in the question. According to the question, this is the relation because it is mentioned as square of a number. So according to the problem, this is the relation we can take. From this we have to write the domain and range of R. See, in this set of ordered pairs, all the first element represents the domain, and in the set of ordered pairs, all the second elements represents the range. So the domain value will be domain equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and range will be all the second elements in the ordered pair is our range. So 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. So we have found out the domain and range for the given problem. We will move on to the third problem. Third problem in exercise 1.2. So let us read the question. A relation R is given by, so for this problem, relation R is given in the set builder form. Only the values of x are given. We need to find the value of y with the help of the values of x. And we have to determine its domain and range. It is very easy to find out because already the domain value is given, because we will consider the values of x as domain and the values of y as range. So domain is already given. With this set builder form, we will find out the value of the range. Write it as domain and range. So the equation, that is the set builder form given to us, is y equals to x plus 3, and values of x is also given. One by one we will find out. First value of x, it is given as x is equals to 0. When x is equals to 0, we will substitute in this notation. We will get it as y is equals to 0 plus 3, y is equals to 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. First, when x is equals to 0. Second one, when x is equals to 1, the same notation we will use. Y is equals to 1 plus 3, we will get y value as 4. So when x is equals to 1, y value is 4. Similarly, when x value is equals to 2, we have to substitute x is equals to 2 in the same notation. We will get y is equals to 2 plus 3, y is equals to 5. So when x is equals to 2, y is equals to 5, and it can be written as 2, 5. Next, when x is equals to 3, we will substitute in the same notation. Y is equals to 3 plus 3, y is equals to 6. So when x is equals to 3, y is equals to 6. Next, when x is equals to 4, we have to substitute in the same equation. We will get y is equals to 4 plus 3, y is equals to 7. So when x is 4, y value we got it as 7. And next we have to substitute the value of x is equals to 5. So when x is equals to 5. Substituting in the same notation, we will get it as y is equals to 5 plus 3, y is equals to 8. So when x is equals to 5, we got the value of y as 8. As I already told you, the domain values are already given, which is the value of x. X varies from 0 to 5. So we found out the values of y when these x values are substituted. Therefore, domain is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is already given. With the value of these values, we found out the value of a range. What is the value of a range? 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. All the second values in a set of ordered pairs. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have found out domain and range for the given problem. In the fourth problem, we have to represent the relation of the equation in three formats. First format is we have to represent the relation in an arrow diagram and by a graph, and we have to write it in a roster form also. We have given with two subdivisions. First we will solve this subdivision, then we will move on to the second one. So for this set builder form, we have to draw an arrow diagram, graph and a roster form. So for representing it in an arrow diagram, I will write the set of values of x and y. X is given as 2, 3, 4, 5 and y is given as 1, 2, 3, 4. So to represent it in an arrow diagram, we will take the help of this notation to represent it in an arrow diagram. So the notation given to us is x is equals to 2y. So first value we will take it of y as 1 because it is given when y equals to 1. So let us substitute it here. X is equals to, we are taking the value of y as 1. So 2 into 1, we will get it as x is equals to 2. When we took y value as 1, we got the value of x as 2. So in an arrow diagram, 2 is mapped to 1. So first one is over. Next we will take the value of y as 2 in the same notation. So when y is equals to 2, if I substitute here, I will get it as 2 into 2, x is equals to 4. So when I took the value of y as 2, I got the value of y as 4, x as 4. So 4 is mapped to 2. So 2 is mapped to 1 and 4 is mapped to 2. Next we will take the value of x as 3, substituting in the same notation. X is equals to 2y. We are taking the value of y as 3. X is equals to 2 into 3. X is equals to 6. Whereas this is not possible. In the given set of values of x, we are not given with 6. So we have to stop it up to here. 2 is mapped to 1 and 4 is mapped to 2. All other things are not possible. The first thing we have represented in an arrow diagram. The second thing what we have to do is the same thing we have to represent it in a graph. What are the 2 points we got with 2, 1 and 4, 2? The same points we are going to represent it in a graph. The 2 points we got in solving this is 2, 1 and 4, 2. We will represent this in a graph. This in an arrow diagram and next in a graph. So in a graph, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and along y-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are all the points we got? We got 2, 1 and 4, 2. What does this represent? This is the value of x and this is the value of y. Along x-axis we have to mark a point at 2 and along y-axis it is 1. Where will we get in the graph? Along x-axis it is 2 and along y-axis it is 1. So this is the point 2, 1. Next the point we have is 4, 2. This is also, this represents the position of x and this represents the position of a y. So along x it is 4 and along y it is 2. So it will be here 4, 2. So we have represented the relation in an arrow diagram and in a graph. And the third thing, we have to represent it in a roster form. How will we write a roster form? Set of ordered pairs. So it will be 2, 1, 4, 2. So for the following relation, we have represented in 3 ways. Arrow diagram, graph and in a roster form. So we have to do it for the second subdivision, the same format. Now we are going to represent this relation in arrow diagram, graph and roster form. As we did in the previous subdivision, we will do. Here x and y values are not directly given. In order to find the values of x and y, we are given with a hint. The hint is nothing but x and y are natural numbers less than 10. And we all know that natural number starts with 1 and less than 10. So 10 is not included. What is the set x and y? X and y natural numbers less than 10. And natural number starts with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is not included because less than symbol is given. We will stop it to 9. So both the values of x and y are from 1 to 9. We will draw a arrow diagram and write the points. Then we will find out the mapping. X, y both are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So to draw a arrow diagram, we will use this notation and find out the value of x and y. That is, for which point of x we have to map to the which point of y. So we will take y is equals to x plus 3. First we will take x is equals to 1. So when x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1 plus 3, y is equals to 4. So when I took x is equals to 1, I got the value of y is equals to 4. So 1 is mapped to 4. Next, when x is equals to 2. When I take x is equals to 2, substituting it here, I will get 2 plus 3, y is equals to 5. When I took x value as 2, I got the y value as 5. So 2 is mapped to 5. Next, I will take the value of x is equals to 3. When x is equals to 3, substituting in the same equation, I will get y is equals to 3 plus 3, y is equals to 6. So for the value of x is equals to 3, I got the value of y is equals to 6. Next we will take x is equals to 4. When it is x is equals to 4, substituting it in the same equation, I will get y is equals to 4 plus 3, y is equals to 7. When x is equals to 4, y is equals to 7. Next, when x is equals to 5, substituting it in the same equation, we will get it as y is equals to 5 plus 3, y equals to 8. Therefore, 5 is mapped to 8. Next, we will take the value of x is equals to 6. If I take so, I will get it as y is equals to 6 plus 3, y is equals to 9. So, when x is equals to 6, I got the value of y is equals to 9. We will stop with this because if I substitute next value of x, it will exceed greater than 9, which is not available in the set y. So we will stop it to this. So we have paired in an arrow diagram. So when 1 is equals to, x is equals to 1, y is equals to 4. Similarly, for all other values of x, we got the values of y. With the help of this pair, we will mark it in a graph and as well as we will write it in a roster form. We have represented it in an arrow diagram. Next, the same points we are going to represent it in a graph. Before that, I will write the roster form. That is the third option. So, we will find it easy to mark it in a graph. So, first option we have completed and we have to do it with the graph portion. Third, we have to write it in the roster form. How will we write it in the roster form? Let us do it. So, in the roster form, 1, 4, next 2, 5. Accordingly, if I write, I will get it as 3, 6, 4, 7, 5, 8 and 6, 9. We have completed the roster form as well. Now we have to do the second option, that is we have to represent it in a graph. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis, minus 1, 0 and x value varies from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Y value also varies in the same format. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is the first point? 1, 4. You all know that first is the position of x and next is the position of y. 1, 4, then it is along x-axis it is 1 and along y-axis it is 4. So this is 1, 4. What is the next point? 2, 5. Along x-axis it is 2 and along y-axis it is 5. So this is 2, 5. Next is along x-axis 3 and along y-axis it is 6. So this is 3, 6. Next 4, 7. Along x-axis it is 4 and along y-axis it is 7. So this point is 4, 7. The next point is 5, 8. Along x-axis 5 and along y-axis it is 8. Therefore 5, 8. Next along x-axis it is 6 and along y-axis it is 9. So 6, 9. So for this subdivision also we have represented in 3 ways. First in arrow diagram and the second in graph and third in the roster form. In this problem, x is related to y where x represents the salary to the person y. So we have to write an ordered pair in the format whereas first element represents the x and the second element represents the y, which means first element has to represent the salary and the second element has to represent the person. Let us write our ordered pair which will be like, first what are all the things we have? A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. This is y and assistance has the salary as 10,000. So 10,000, A1. We have to write it in the format x is related to y where x represents the salary and y represents the person. In this problem x is related to y where x represents the salary and y represents the person. That's why we have written salary in the first element and person is the second element. So for A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 we have to write. All the 5 assistants have the same salary 10,000. So 10,000, A1. Next will be 10,000, A2 and the next will be 10,000, A3. Next will be 10,000, A4 and the next will be 10,000, A5. So next what we have to do is we will move on to the next category C1, C2, C3. They were clerks and clerks has the salary as 25,000. So representing the same also in an ordered pair, we'll get it as 25,000, C1, 25,000, C2, 25,000, C3, 25,000, C4. So we have completed for clerks as well. Next we will move on to the managers M1, M2, M3 and they has a salary 50,000. So we have to write it in the format 50,000, M1 and 50,000, M2, 50,000, M3. So we have completed for managers as well and the final we are left with executive officers E1 and E2 and they were paid with the salary 1 lakh. So we have to write it in a format such that 1 lakh, E1 and 1 lakh, E2. So according to the question we have represented the given problem in an arrow ordered pair. Next we are left with an arrow diagram. The same problem we have to represent it in an arrow diagram. So what will we do is first 10,000. 10,000 5 assistants have A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. So this is how we represent in an arrow diagram. 10,000 is the salary for 5 assistants. Next what is the category? Clerks. And they hold the salary of 25,000. So 25,000 C1, C2, C3, C4. And next category is manager category. They hold the salary of 50,000 So 50,000 is M1, M2, M3. And the final category is executive officers. They hold the salary of 1 lakh, E1, E2. So the given problem is represented in set of all ordered pairs and an arrow diagram as well. In today's class, we saw what are relations about, and we have completed examples and exercise problems of 1.2. I hope you all understood. If you have any doubts, please post your questions in the comment box, and in the next class, we'll learn about what functions are. Thank you.